Come on. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Understand, if you do not act, if you won't know, if you do not act, you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. You've got to establish that in your mind. Establish that understanding of, look, I won't know if I don't act, and it has to start to become part of your subconscious mind, start to become part of your personality. What happens naturally when you want something? Hey, look, just simply ask. The very worst thing that can happen is that you get told no, and you're no worse or better off than you were before. But again, you will never get anywhere. Won't move forward if you don't act. All right. So yesterday, as far as what today's Move Swiftly thought is, I'm recording this April 20th, 2024, day one of the official start of the NBA playoffs. And you already know I'm a Miami Heat fan, so we had to win the play-in game. We lost the first play-in game, but we had to win the second one to get ourselves in the playoffs. And we officially won it last night by tapping some Chicago Bull ass. I mean, throttling the Chicago Bulls, right? So last night I went to one of my normal spots, which is Duffy's Sports Bar and Grill. I just love that spot. I'm one of the VIP members, so I'm always getting points on my purchases, and those points rack up, end up getting free meals. I actually watched the Super Bowl this year. I watched the Michigan-Alabama game this year. Duffy's is my spot. When you're talking big major events, I always go to Duffy's. It's always kind of my go-to spot, and it became even more they confirmed yesterday why they're my go-to spot. Because here's what happened, right? So I get there at the beginning of the game to start the game, right? And I get my normal order, which is the Duffy's original burger, because I love the sauce they put on it. They got some great sauce. They just got some great food there. I just love me some Duffy. So I get it at the beginning of the game, knowing that in my mind, I know it's not going to be enough, because I usually get hungry throughout the game. Again, the game lasts for 3 hours, so just a burger and fries isn't going to fill me up the way it should be, right? So normally, whenever I know I'm staying for a long game, I usually plan to get whether it's a meal and an appetizer, whatever it is, I usually have it in my head what it is that I'm going to be getting to. I'm going to be ordering two things of food, or I'm going to be making 2 orders of food, right? Excuse me. So usually what I do is I actually get those Supreme nachos, right? Lately, I've been getting those Supreme nachos without the jalapenos, They have some loaded nachos. I mean, they got everything in it, from sour cream to tomatoes to onions, everything. I usually get everything and guacamole, right? So I usually get everything except for the jalapenos, because the jalapenos, they get a little too spicy in my mouth and all that kind of stuff and everything. But anyway, long story short is I finished my Duffy's burger, and in my head I knew what the Supreme nachos were all about, right? So I knew that there's some guacamole on them, and in my head I'm thinking, I'm like, I wonder if it's possible, because what actually is going to go better with the end of the game, especially the way the game was going, the way the Heat was dominating. What would make this night perfect? What would make it perfect? If I had some guac and chips. And in my mind, I'm like, I know that the guac and chips are not necessarily on the Duffy's menu. However, let me ask this guy. Let me ask the shout out to my dog Cody. Let me ask the bartender if they actually serve that kind of stuff. And then I asked him, and he looked at me. He goes, I can make that happen. We have chips, we have guac, and I can figure something out. Again, enjoyed it. It was towards it must have been third quarter to the end of the game, where I enjoyed my guac and chips, even though it wasn't on the menu. And I, obviously tipped them well and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be back. And that's the point. The point of me breaking all that down for you is because I wouldn't have known if I didn't ask. Now, as you translate that into your life and the way you operate, and like I said at the beginning, how your subconscious mind, how you naturally react to things, how you go about interacting with people, and how you engage people, and how you move, and how just everything about you, whether it comes to your business, whether it comes to putting your stuff out there, whatever it is, you can apply that concept to. Understand that if you're not going out and asking the questions, if you're not going out meeting the people, shaking the hands, kissing the babies, doing whatever it is you need to do when it comes to whoever your ideal ideal partner, ideal client, ideal customer, ideal you insert the blank, ideal whatever it is you're trying to be, or whoever it is you're trying to serve. If you're not going out and asking, you won't know the answers. You don't have all the answers. So trust me, you have to go out and engage people. And again, just like the story I just told you, I would not have known that I can get some guac and chips at a Duffy's because it's not on the menu. However, luckily I was in a situation where the particular bartender, real cool guy, everyone there knew him, and they knew him for being like the real personable guy, really, really good at his job. Simply asked, boom, you get your guac and chips and you enjoy the game, and you better believe that I will be back right there watching the Heat games throughout the playoffs and all that stuff. And this is how you get repeat customers. This is how, again, like I was telling you 2 days ago when it comes to the tuna sub, the people who are working in your industry, those low level, I don't want to call them low level employees, but the store level employees, they're going to do so much for your business if you make sure you're putting them in the right situation, if you're making sure you're getting the right people in the right situations. And again, if you are working in that store level, it's on you to service the people, serve your role the best way you know how to serve your role now. And you'll start to get reviews like this. You'll start to see people come specifically for you. Again, I could walk in to that specific Duffy's, not see Cody and say, look, I'm going to another one, right? That has to be the mentality that you have when it comes to serving your people every single day. That's the way it works, all right? Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYaMove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.